Hello students, welcome you all to the rapid revision route. Now, in this rapid revision route today, in this video, we are going to quickly revise the topic e-way bill. Yes, e-way bill. Now, first of all, talking about the topic e-way bill. Now, the meaning of e-way bill. Why it is generated? The e-way bill is a concept in this GST which is generated to monitor the movement of goods. Yes, to monitor the movement of goods for controlling purposes, where the goods are being moved from one place to another by road or any other conveyance, where they are going, where they are moving, wherever the delivery position is. So e-way bill is generated to basically monitor the movement of goods, and it is generated under form GST EWB01 on the common portal, that is e-way bill portal, or through web, Android application, SMS, or bulk uploading tools or softwares like this. E-way bill is generated. Now, let us see when e-way bill is required to be generated. It is required to be generated when the consignment value exceeds 50,000. When the consignment value exceeds 50,000, whatever may be the reason, either in relation to supply or reason other than supply or inward supply from unregistered person. Whatever may be the reason, if the consignment value exceeds 50,000, e-way bill will compulsorily required to be generated. So what is this consignment value? This is a sum of what you have calculated under section 15 value of supply plus taxes under GST, because in section 15 the taxes under GST are not included. So what you have calculated under section 15 plus all the taxes under the GST, and does not include value of exempt supply. Value of exempt supply is out of the calculation of consignment value. When you calculate the consignment value, when it is more than 50,000, then compulsorily e-way bill is required to be generated. There is a case where this value of 50,000, limit of 50,000 does not apply. It means if you had made a single rupee supply moment of goods, in this case compulsorily e-way bill is required to be generated. So what is the case? In case of handicraft goods, interstate transfer of handicraft goods, in this case there is no bar of that consignment value of 50,000. Even a single rupee moment of interstate transfer of handicraft goods, e-way bill is required to be generated compulsorily. No limit will be given. Yes, no benefit of limit will be given. But there are situations where e-way bill is not required to be generated. Even though the consignment value is more than 50,000, e-way bill is not required to be generated. So what are the cases? What are the cases? There are many cases. I'm going to dictate it orally. Yes, you may read it in detail in the module itself. Now, say for example, transportation of some notified goods. Sir, what are the notified goods? Say liquefied petroleum gas, or say any precious metals, precious materials, or currency. Yes, currency is going in a particular conveyance from RBI to a bank or from one bank to another. If you generate the e-way bill, all details will be on the portal. If any hacker hacks the portal and get the information, now he will form Doom 3, Doom 4 like this. He will rob that vehicle. So that's why these are some notified goods in which the e-way bill is not required to be generated. No information is required to be communicated. Like precious jewelries, not about imitation jewelries, precious jewelries of the goldsmith, etc., etc. And when any consignment, in any consignment, the consigner itself is the government. The consigner itself is the government. Then what is the requirement of generating e-way bill? Yes, this is the case. Or other cases like empty containers are coming. So no requirement of generating E-way bill. Yes, in that case also, e-way bill not required to be generated. Empty cargoes, empty consignment, like these things. Or when it is a schedule 3 supply. Sir, schedule 3 supply, what supply excludes, not covered in the definition of supply. It is not a supply. In that case, no requirement of e-way bill. So these are some of the examples I have given you. Now, see the procedure of e-way bill. First of all, e-way bill part A details are to be furnished. Yes, the consigner or the consignee itself furnish the part A details under form GST EWB01. Now, when the part A is furnished, a slip is generated with a tempered number. Using that tempered number, now the part B is required to be filled. Now the part B is filled when the goods are ready for the moment. When the goods are ready for the moment, you will fill the part B. And as soon as you fill the part B, now e-way bill will be generated. So what is the basic requirement of e-way bill generation? Filling of part B details. When you fill the part B details, enter the part B details, e-way bill will be generated then only. Now you will get the unique e-way bill number. This is the process of generation of e-way bill. Now see what is there in part A and part B. Now when we are talking about the part A of the e-way bill, when we are talking about the part A of the e-way bill, in this all the details related with the consigner, consignee and the goods. Who is the supplier, who is the recipient, their GSTN number, place of delivery, where the goods are going, what are the HSN code of the goods which are in the consignment, yes, and all the value of goods, all the documents like tax invoice, bill of supply, yes, and delivery challan, bill of entry, like these things, all the reason for transportation, all the documents you need to submit in the e-way bill itself in the part A of EWB01. And these details of the part A are furnished by registered person causing movement of goods. Very, very important term. Registered person causing movement of goods. Yes, this is the person who is required to generate part A. Now, who is the person causing movement of goods? See here, who causes movement of goods? If the supplier is registered one, if the supplier is registered and the supplier himself is saying that I will arrange the transportation for the recipient. Supplier is a registered person and the supplier himself is arranging transportation for the recipient, then the supplier is the person causing movement of goods. In case number 1. Now case number 2. What if the registered recipient is telling to the supplier, no, I will arrange the transportation on my own. The transportation now is going to be arranged by the recipient. In this case, who is the person causing movement of goods? The recipient, registered recipient. And in case when the supplier is unregistered, but the recipient is registered, in that case, person causing movement of goods will be that registered recipient. So remember these 3 cases. Only these 3 people are the person causing movement of goods. Now, sir, can this 3 person causing movement of good shift their responsibilities, authorize someone else? Yes, they can, of course. Whom they can authorize? They can authorize the transporter or the e-commerce operator or the courier agencies. Yes, courier agencies, e-commerce operator and the transporter they can authorize to fill the form part A details. Fill the form part A details. Now, this is all about part A. Now, so what is there in part B? In the part B, the details of transportation will be there. All the details of transportation. What is the transportation mode, the vehicle number, the transportation receipt, all the things will be there. Vehicle number, transported document, goods receipt number, railway receipt number, airway bill number, etc. etc. And who is going to furnish the details in part B? The person who is transporting the goods. Now, who is the person transporting the goods? See here. When the goods are transported by a registered person, either the consigner or the consignee, either the supplier or the recipient, whosoever is the registered person who is taking the responsibility to make the transportation arrangements, that person is going to fill part B and generate e-way bill. Now, what if that registered person assigns a transporter? That registered person assigns a transporter and hand over the goods to the transporter for transportation. Now that person is not arranging by themselves. They are authorizing some other person to arrange the transportation, say the transporter. In that case, part B should be filled by the transporter and e-way bill is required to be generated by the transporter. But this is the case, this 2 case is by road. What in case of railway, airways or vessel? In case of railway, airways or vessel, the registered person, whosoever may be, either the consigner or the consignee, whosoever may be, the registered person is required to generate the e-way bill. And in case of railways, no requirement to carry the e-way bill together, only generation is enough. And what if sir, the person are unregistered one. The supplier is also unregistered, recipient is also unregistered. In that case, only the person transporting the goods, the transporter is required to file part B of the details of the e-way bill and required to generate the e-way bill, the transporter. In case both the consigner consignee are unregistered person. And once the e-way bill is generated, now whosoever generate the e-way bill for whom? For that person for whom the e-way bill is generated is required to approve the e-way bill within 72 hours. If not approved, then it will be deemed as approved and the e-way bill will be generated accordingly. Now this is the case. There is also concept of consolidated e-way bill when the consignment value is very less and the single conveyance is carrying more than one consignment. So there will be a requirement of consolidated e-way bill in GST EWB 02. Consolidated e-way bill. All the products and the consignee details will be put under one consolidated e-way bill. Only one e-way bill for all the consigns. Now there is a portion of validity period. Before this validity period, once the e-way bill generated, you can cancel the e-way bill within 24 hours. Yes, within 24 hours of its generation. Amendment is not possible of e-way bill, but you can cancel it. Now, validity period. When we are talking about a e-way bill or any consignment in a conveyance other than over-dimensional cargo. When we are talking about any consignment other than over-dimensional cargo or multi-modal shipment. Yes, multi-modal shipment means one leg is transported by ship, say by road and ship. Now here by road is also there and by ship is also there. So in that case, you will get 1 day for 200 kilometers. And for another 200 kilometers or part thereof, you will get again 1 day. Say for example, I am going to transport 220 kilometers. So I will get 2 days. 200 kilometers 1 day and again 20 kilometers 1 day. Yes, it is there. 200 kilometers 1 day or 200 kilometers or part thereof 1 day. But when we are transporting this goods by over-dimensional cargo or multimodal shipment, in that case for 20 kilometers you will get 1 day. And again for next 20 kilometers of part thereof you will get 1 day. So this is the case and this will go on. Now, when the e-way bill is generated, say for example, e-way bill is generated at say 6 a.m. At 6 a.m. in the clock. Yes, at 6 a.m. in the clock. Morning, 6 a.m. So, how much hours are left for that e-way bill? In how much hours you are going to transport that e-way bill? Yes, for the first 200 kilometers. For the first day, when the e-way bill is generated at 6 a.m., you will get the time limit from 6 to 6, 12 hours. And again, how much the time is left for the day to end? More 6 hours, means 18 hours. Now, what if it is 6 p.m.? Then you are going to get only this 6 hours. So the day starts from 0.00 and ends at 0.00. 24 hours like this. Whenever you will require to generate, you may require to generate. You can generate. Now, say if you generated at 1 a.m. Now you are going to get the whole 23 hours. But what if you have generated at 11 p.m. then only 1 hour. So this is the time limit validity period of e-way bill. And this is how we have completed the proper revision of the topic e-way bill. Now meet you all in the next video of the next topic. Up till that, bye bye to all of you. Hello students, here I am with you in front of you for a very good announcement. Our CA Inter Taxation regular batches are starting from 21st of September and CA Foundation all batches, all subject batches are starting from 25th of September and that too in 100% English language and at a very shocking price. Do you want to know that shocking price? Do you want to know the details of the batch? You can contact on the given number and have the details. Up till that, bye bye to all of you.